Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video and I am working on some stuff for Baltimore, and you can see I have a double pager happening. On the left side I have a 3x8 with 2 pockets. Clearly I'm going to have to do a flip here because I can't fit all those in just 2 pockets unless I do that. And then on this side I have a special insert that's 4x6, but it has 2 horizontal pockets that are 4x3. And I've printed out one photo here which I definitely want to use, and notice when put together they say our Baltimore, so I kind of need to have them somewhat aligned. But I'm a little stumped as to what to do in this pocket. If I've already picked out this card where I'm going to probably do some journaling, I don't need to journal twice, but I could choose to fill that space with like a piece of ephemera or something, sticker. I don't know that I have any other like stickers left from this trip that I could just slap on there, but I have to do something. So maybe one of these, maybe this one will end up like just being a filler card. It'll just say something, in the background or whatever, a generic phrase, and call it good. I do also have some stamps that are related to art. So they're more museum geared, but maybe there's something on there that I could stamp that would be fitting. Not sure. I do also have a stamp set that has all 50 states plus DC, so I do want to have Maryland somewhere, either if not on this layout, then one of the ones coming, because I haven't used it yet. So I have that as well. So I'm just trying to figure out like how am I going to take all those pieces that I need and get this to work. I decided to go into my stash of cards, travel and generic, and just see like what do I have that might match with these that's a horizontal 4x3, since that's hard to find. I really only found 2. They're both yellow, which there is some yellow in here, thankfully. It's not a lot, but it will be a lot of yellow if I use one of these. So I have this one first that just says hello there. I know that's from an old Stampin' Up! Pocket card set. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but I have this one from way back. I like it because it's a very like clean graphic image. I like the font. I like that it's yellow, but it's not totally in your face because there's that white background. But then that thin black line around the border, it's working for me with what I have going here. So that is definitely a possibility. But then I also have this one, which is a huge pop of yellow in comparison to the other one. I love that it says what a delight, but I'm nervous that like it's too much because these are all super busy. Because even when you do the flip up, like you're going to see all that. It's a lot. It's a lot for the eyes to take in. So I need to think about it. I'm leaning towards this one, but I'm going to think about it a little bit before I make a final decision. Since I'm leaving that card decision for a little bit, I figured I'd work on the photo flip that's going to happen here. And so part of what I have to do is I have to figure out like what's going in each pocket. In terms of the flip, I know it has to go up top because since this is the back side of a page protector, it won't work in the bottom pocket. It has to be up top. So I know that's happening. Then I need to figure out like, do I want all 3 of these photos together as part of the flip and then have this down here so that it's opposite that other journaling card I'm going to end up having there? Or do I split up the photos in this card to just like not have all the photos together? This is my dilemma. It may not seem like a big deal, but it is my dilemma for planning this out. So I just had an idea here that I'm thinking about. When I was looking more at that card, I realized like, oh, these 2 photos have a lot of brick here on the bottom, on the sidewalk. I could cut that down. I could put that photo and like have it fit inside here. Maybe with enough room to like stamp something else or write something, or not. I could just cut it and, like put it in there and then have some white showing. Then I could still pick another card and maybe I could do something yellow so that it brings out more of that. So I'm considering that. I do have my photo flip made. It's at the ready here so I can start putting things together. But I need to figure out like of these, which one would I rather have in here. I almost wonder if maybe this one, because it's got a nice curve and that's in contrast to everything else being very linear and straight lines. So I'm thinking maybe this one. I've cut the photo down and I got it left to right how I want it. And then down here, I might even cut off a little bit more of the brick, but I want to put just like a little torn piece of washi at the bottom. Maybe also in yellow to bring out that color. I'm not totally sure, but just something there. And I thought maybe this would be enough white space at first, and now I don't think so. I think I need to trim this just a little bit more. I have the insert pocket card that I want to use. There it is. It's ready to go in terms of being adhered on there. But then I need to figure out my washi for here. I grabbed out these 3 yellows that I have, and I almost feel like this one is too narrow, so it's probably one of these 2. This is quite wide. This is in the middle, but I like the color the best and the fact that's a sun and it has circles on it. So I'm going to try this one and see if it's too wide, whatever. I'll just take it up, remove it. It's, you know, it'll be fine. However, this one, look how close I am to finishing out that roll. Whenever I'm able to use an entire roll of washi, I celebrate because it takes forever. So part of me wants to use that one just so I can like say that I used it up, but we'll see. All right, this is how it looks with that largest washi option. It's bold, that's for sure, and bright, but that's what I like about it. So I think I'm actually going to keep it. So that problem is solved. Now I just have to figure out like how to put this all together on the flip. And then because I have these 3, this one we know has to be out front so that it says our Baltimore. So I just need to figure out what goes on the inside. Do I want it like that? Oh, no, you know what? No, because I don't want those right next to each other. So this is how it's probably going to have to be. This will be up top. It's going to sit like this. You know, that looks better too because I've got red stuff happening here as well as here. I like that they're diagonal. Yep, so that's how it's going to be. This will be the front. This will be up top. This will be the lower portion. I almost made a mistake. I forgot this has to be in the top pocket. So actually when it's like this, these would like sit next to each other because it's actually going to go like, here we go. Let's fix it like that. They would actually sit like this. I don't want these 2 next to each other. So it's actually going to have to be up here because when it flips open, this top part will actually be way outside of this alignment. So it'll look better up top. So I have this partially done. I know this one's going to go up top. I have the insides done. I may stamp or do something here, I'm not sure, but for right now I'm just going to leave it like that. But this is going to have to sit up top, so the tab I need for flipping needs to go down here. And because I have all this space, I think I might actually like put it on top, staple it so that you can see it. Normally I would tuck it underneath, but I'm not sure. But with all of these elements, the circular elements showing like in the O and the sun and here, I feel like maybe I want a circular one. So I've pulled out my circles and we will just see what we have. These all have patterns or words. That's how I decide how they're sorted. And then these are just different sizes and colors. So I'm going to look through here and see what I have. So I have found the one I want to use, but I am going to end up tucking it underneath because look at this. It's got colors happening that are in here, which I love. I think it matches really well, but it's too much to put it like that. But if I tuck it like this and you're only seeing a little bit poke out, much, much better, I think. So I'm going to go with that. I've got adhesive on the back here. I only did the top portion because the part that's going to stick out, I don't want adhesive on that. I'm just going to eyeball it here, get it pretty central. Let's see how that looks. I think that looks good. We'll set this on top to see. Yeah, I think that's pretty perfect. I went into my stash of yellow cards, both specific for travel and just my generic ones. And I found 3 that I'm considering. I have this one, which just says wander, let's get lost, which kind of I was like, I didn't research that this was there. I was just walking down the street, going to my next stop, and there it was. The only thing is it's very like yellowy gold. It's not this lighter one like that. So that would be my only deterrent there. And then same thing here. There is some lighter yellow in there, but then there's also this very bold shade. But I do like that it gives me room to journal. I could stamp something here. That's kind of fun. I could even do Maryland right there if I wanted to. So I like that option. And then I have this one, which still isn't a perfect shade of yellow, but it's closer than the others, I feel like. And there's a lot of white space, which helps balance this out. I like those next to each other. Let's get a better view. There we go. So I'm leaning towards this one. Again, I have the date in a lot of places. I wish a lot of these cards did not put date on there because chances are I'm going to have to cover that with something, I think, because I don't know that I need that there. But I like the rest of it enough that I'd be willing to work it out. All right, I've got a plan. I didn't like my washi options, so I found blue that would match both of these pictures, which I have. I've cut this to fit right in there within those lines. And then on there, I'm going to take this stamp set and I'm going to stamp on it. And I'm going to do the one that says wandering the streets. That is perfect. And look at, it's barely gonna fit in there, but if I'm careful, it will fit. Look at that. I absolutely love it. I am going to adhere it on here, and then I'll just have to assess, do I want to add little embellishments anywhere else? But then this one might be done. In looking at this, I feel like there's a lot of blue happening down here, but not enough up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of this same blue paper. I have pulled out my 1 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch like a semicircle that I can hang off the top. I don't want it too wide. Is that enough? Oh yeah, that's perfect. So then I will attach that, and this one could be complete. All right, I've got all of these in the pockets. I did add in mini staples there, and I'm going to put one right here as well. There we go. And then this one's going to go in the pocket. And that should complete this layout. If my staple will curl up right there. There we go. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, and then here's the flip up. I think that looks great. All right, here's another one finished for Baltimore. Thanks for watching.